The global trade balance has been shaken once again, this time with Washington's dramatic decision to double tariffs on Indian goods. From textiles and steel to pharmaceuticals and electronics, Indian exports are suddenly facing a wall of higher duties in the world's largest consumer market. But what triggered this sudden move by the United States? Officials in Washington argue that the measure is aimed at protecting American industries from what they call unfair competition and trade imbalances. India, they claim, has benefited enormously from U.S. markets while keeping its own domestic barriers high. This new tariff hike, they insist, is a way of leveling the playing field. Yet, behind the official statements lies a deeper story, geopolitics and economics intertwining at a critical moment. India today is not just another emerging economy, it's the world's fastest growing major economy, a hub for global supply chains, and a strategic partner courted by Washington to balance China's influence. By doubling tariffs now, the US risks sending a mixed message. Is it really trying to strengthen its ties with India, or is it prioritizing domestic politics over international partnership? For India, the consequences could be serious. Textiles, leather, jewelry, and IT hardware, all key exports to the US, will become costlier. This may reduce competitiveness and squeeze Indian exporters already facing high freight charges and fluctuating raw material costs. Small and medium enterprises, which rely heavily on US orders, could feel the pinch hardest. And then there's the ripple effect. Global investors are watching closely. If India's exports slow down, its ambitious target of becoming a $5 trillion economy by 2027 could face new hurdles. Employment in export-driven sectors might take a hit, and consumer prices could shift if retaliatory tariffs come into play. But let's not forget, India is not without options. New Delhi has, in the past, responded to US tariffs with countermeasures of its own, targeting American agricultural and industrial goods. Moreover, India's growing trade ties with Europe, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East give it room to diversify. The big question, however, remains, will this trade friction escalate into a full-blown economic confrontation, or will diplomacy calm the waters? Analysts suggest that back-channel negotiations are already underway. Both nations understand the stakes are high, not just in terms of economics, but in shaping the future of strategic alliances in Asia. After all, Washington and New Delhi are supposed to be partners in building resilient supply chains and countering China's growing dominance. So, as tariffs double and exporters brace for impact, one thing is clear. This is more than just a trade story. It's a test of how India and the US balance national interests with global cooperation. The coming weeks will reveal whether we're witnessing the beginning of a trade war or simply a sharp bargaining tactic in the complex dance of international economics.